What's up, y'all? Minnesota Dip coming back to you from YouTube. Coming with you today. It's a different dip video today, but I'm doing a dip video. It's gonna be a two-part video actually, so make sure to watch the next one on the next video when I bring up. It's gonna be a tip and trick for beginners on how to dip. Now today I'm gonna be dipping some Skol apple. I had a review on this and it actually is pretty good. I've been dipping it. I've dipped it a couple times. Actually, it's pretty good. So I can't put it in my right lip right now. I see at work I cut my finger open. It'll focus. No, it won't focus. But I cut my finger open right there, and it hurts like a mother to try to put a dip in with that cut because I use my thumb and my pointer finger to put a dip in. It hurts like no freaking tomorrow. So actually, I do put it in my right. I wasn't saying that right. I do put it in my right side. I do put it. This is my right cheek. I do put it in there, but I can use my right hand. Instead of using my left hand to put it in my right cheek, I have to use my right hand to put it in my right cheek. So it's a little difficult. So what am I doing? I'm getting too far into this. Into the beginner how-to. Buy yourself a can of dip. Pick whatever the hell you want to dip. So once you got your dip, I have Skol apple. I've tried a lot of other kinds. My main dip for the day is Cope Wintergreen. Do not recommend that for beginners because that is a strong dip. It will burn your mouth until you get used to it, until you start getting a pocket. It burns, and you're just gonna get uneasy, and you're not gonna want to do it. So once you get your can, you're gonna want to crack the seal. There's a little seal right here where you see that's not lining up. You want to put your thumbnail, make sure it's long enough so you can get in that seal. Just go around and crack it. That's what you call cracking the can. Once you got it all cracked, you're gonna have to pack your can. So put your two fingers like this. I like to practice before I pack the can. Put two fingers like this and just let this finger loose. Just let it snap. I can't do it. Just let it snap, snap. Right on top of the can. Right on top of the can. Something like that. And then open the can. Give it a little smell. If it smells really good, you're more than likely gonna like it. But enough of that. Okay. Let's get a little pinch in. When we want to take a pinch, I take my pointer finger and my thumb and just go right in the dip. Grab a little, I can't really see what I'm grabbing. Grab a little pinch. I'll show you what kind of pinch I'm putting in. I can't do big pinches because I'm trying to put it in my lip. It just falls apart and goes all over. That didn't work very well. Let's repack it. When in doubt, repack. There we go. That's a little bit. It's gonna fall off. This is a bitty guy for the day. Here, watch. I'll show you what I gotta do. It's not working very well. I have to back down a little bit with my whatever thing I got that's not cut. I get cut a lot because not a lot, but I get cut a decent amount. I'm an automotive tech. So sometimes I'm working stupid cars, I get cut. It sucks. Especially when it's my thumb. Because it's hard as hell to dip with that. But done with that. Let's go to spitting.
The hot swamps of Florida to the lakes of Tennessee with the dog named Bandit by his side.
So, to spit, you're gonna want to do is, some people say, why does my dip feel like it's gonna fall out when I spit? It just like comes out. What you gotta do is take your thumb, or your your tongue. Pack down your dip before you spit. Oh, and for you guys that have been watching my channel before, I got it. Got the mud jug, so now I can dip like a professional. Got the POWMIA mud jug. So it says on the bottom. If you can, there. Now you should be able to see it. Read it yourself. Any of you that don't know, mud jug. I don't know if you can hear this. It's got a decent amount of spit in it, so all you do, it don't spill. That's my main thing about it. It's something like this. I'll be driving with the cap off, and all of a sudden, I have to take a turn and go like, I put it between my legs, all of a sudden it falls down. I'm like, oh, fuck! So I recommend getting one of these if you're gonna start dipping, unless you're gonna be one of the badasses that's got it. I'll be in a different video about that. But now you got your dip in. You're probably gonna ask me, how long do I keep this in for? I usually leave mine in depending on the dip size, depending on the how big of a pinch I put in. I usually, if I get a small pinch, I'll show you a small pinch. These I do at work because I'm not supposed to chew at work. I know I work at a shop, but I'm not supposed to chew. That's a small pinch. That's like a baby pinch. I'll do that every now and then, just to like give me the buzz, without people being able to see that I'm dipping. And I'll tell you, if you dip in you're not supposed to, most of the time, you gotta gut it. But like I said, that's for another video. But a pinch like that, I'll maybe leave in for 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, maybe max is about 20 to 25 minutes for a pinch like that. Pinch like I got in now, probably about 30 minutes, a good 30, 35 minutes. And if you put a hog in, me and my friends, I know a lot of guys would call them hogs. You put a hog in, you put a big ass pinch in. Big ass pinch to see if I can do it. I rarely put these in my mouth. Let's change this. I can't get it. There we go. Back it down a little bit more. A hog is something like that. For me, that's like a hog, because I don't do the biggest pinches in the first place. Because I just never really felt like it. But something like that, I could leave in for about 40, 45 minutes to an hour. Easily. But I'm gonna let this sit a little bit. Tell you one of my first stories when I first started dipping. My dad, he used to be he quit chewing when he retired. He does it very rarely now, but he is Cope Wintergreen all the way through. He was dipping it for 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know exactly, but yeah. So I was at my aunt's house and we were drinking. I got a decent buzz from drinking beer, and he's like, "Hey, try this." He had his good old wintergreen. He was drunk too, so he never wanted me to dip, but he gave me this. He's like, "Try this." And first backstory: my dad was a hardcore. What the hell did they do? Sorry, I'm looking over here at these weird people. He is a hardcore dipper that always gutted. He always guts his dip, his spit. He never spits. And I put a dip in. I know I just did a little pinch because I didn't really want to do something big. I know I was drunk. Somehow I figured that out. And he gave me one of the beer cans, and the beer can is like, "You better spit or else you're gonna puke up." I'm like, I'll be fine. Had it in for about 20 minutes. I felt fine. There's an aviated pinch, so it's lost flavor and everything. So I took it out, put it in the beer can, put another pinch in, and so that last pinch, it lasted 5-10 minutes. It's like, oh, I gotta take this. I threw it away, and I started getting the queasy feeling. So I ended up about 3 to 5 minutes later, I went to the bathroom and started puking my ass off. And I felt like shit the rest of the night. And yes, I puked the first time I dipped. It wasn't because of the dip. It's because I was already buzzed off my ass from drinking. Your first time chewing, don't do it when you're drunk and buzzed. Or don't do it when you're drunk. Because that is going to make you puke. I know I've only had this in for 10-12 minutes, but I'm going to show you how to take a dip out too. I got a bottle here. It's just a Coke bottle I didn't drink all the way. Or Coke, what am I saying? Pepsi. But I'm going to show you how to take the dip out once it's been in long enough to where you can't taste the flavor, you can't get the buzz anymore. All you do, take your finger, your pointed finger more than often. You're going to make a hook. Once you get inside your mouth, you're going to make a hook, go under your dip, go like this, and then just pull it out. Have your mouth wide open, like this. So you can do it. Now, obviously you're gonna have little pieces floating around because you never get it all. I just take my tongue, go around, kind of get the pieces that are still in my mouth. It's just I got some pieces. I still got some pieces in my mouth. Now you might get a queasy feeling just from hitting your tongue on it because it does it gives you a weird feeling when you get your tongue. It makes you almost want to throw up. So you can just take your finger, take it out, just put it in a bottle. And I know I don't, I'm setting by a bad example. I do actually have one here. Hold up a second. Come on. Water. Always gargle water when you take your dip out. I always do. Just so you get whatever residual pieces that are in your mouth, you always want to get them out, because that's what screws up your teeth. If you leave your the little pieces of dip in your teeth or on your gums, that's what screws up your teeth and gums. Leaving them in for hours and hours and hours on end. So, all right, that's been my how-to video for dippers that have never dipped before. Start out, basically what I'd say is start out with some weaker, kind of like a Skull fruit flavor or like a Grizzly. I wouldn't recommend starting out with Cope Wintergreen unless you really want to, unless that's all you got, because Cope Wintergreen has the highest nicotine other than either Cope Wintergreen or Southern Blend. Southern Blend has the highest nicotine content in the dip. Copenhagen Wintergreen is right below that. They will burn your mouth if you put it in first time. Like I said, it's up to you. You can if you want. That burning sensation will only last a week, maybe not even a week, but maybe a week and max. I still get burning sensation if I put it in my left cheek, because I never dip in my left cheek. I do put it in my when I do snuff. Got it right here. When I use snuff, I put it in front of my mouth. So I'll do a video on snuff later. Another thing you can do is pouches. Pouches make it to where you don't have to gargle water, because they're in little pouches. Right here, pouches. I'll do a video on the different cuts of dip and pouches and all that. Show you what these are like. These are little pouches. All they're prepackaged little pouches. All you do is just throw it in, put it down in your cheek. Obviously, I'm not going to put this in because I don't want to do a pouch right now. These I usually do for school. Pouches are easier to do because you don't have to worry about getting the lawn cut all over your mouth. Also, pouches are, they don't have as much nicotine content. You won't get as much nicotine out of them because they are in a pouch. It is restricted. The way you get your nicotine to your bloodstream is through the juice, and you won't get as much nicotine because it is restricted by the pouch. So it will be a little bit easier to do, but it's still up to you what you want to do. So that's all. This has been a long video, 19 minutes. Wow, didn't think it was gonna be this long, but this has been Minnesota Dipper here, showing you guys how to dip. Go get yourself a mud jug. I used to use just a regular bottle, but this has been Minnesota Dipper, dipping some Skull apple. Alright, so always keep dipping your mouth, spit it, catch you on the dip side, guys.